Welcome back, YouTubers, to my channel of an everyday life of an Aspie. If you're following me right now and you're new to my channel, I'm Aspie. I welcome you with open arms, and I'm all about creating mental health and awareness versus sharing my life stories with Asperger's syndrome, OCD and the like, as well as just any other pre-diagnoses conditions that you guys may be going through tips and advice and help into managing your everyday struggles, and hopefully with some everyday messages of hope of regardless of your personal struggles of what you're going through in your everyday life. For example, it could be broken down to either if you're having troubles with your relationships or just friendships in general, or any other everyday situations that you come to face basically that you feel is a struggle. I'm your girl, and hopefully to be your support and advocate regardless what it may be, and hopefully I can give you a lowdown on what life is all about basically just in this. So it has been brought to my attention, as I've said so many times before, that I want to try and bring out as many series as possible based on the mental health awareness or video series that are on my playlistings versus just everyday situations of what comes to face in our everyday life regardless what it may be. And hopefully some of this you can take away and learn from me on how I go about it. Even though I say many times before, even if some of these tips and tricks that I feel works for me doesn't work for you, just try them anyway, or just find another way to go about it and whatnot. Just a matter of respecting one another and give and take. Also in the long run too, also just to give you the lowdown, I'm no medical professional as a disclaimer. I'm just your normal everyday Joe blogs, just doing what I can when I can. And if you see anything out of the ordinary of these warning signs and symptoms of these mental health issues, just feel free to actually seek professional help or seek an opinion basically, so that you can get the right treatment that's best for you regardless of what it may be. So let's begin this. This one's all about how to recognize social anxiety disorder. So in this one, obviously it'll be broken down into 6 parts basically, and I'm hoping while we're going through these mental health awareness series, they'll be, as I said, broken down into parts bit by bit, so it's easier for you guys to follow regardless what it may be, so that hopefully that in the long run that it goes into sequence and order properly. So enough further ado, guys, let's begin this, and hopefully you're enjoying these, and just give me feedback below, or comment what have you when you feel the need arise, or even just share these around to family and friends that you feel needs these tips and advice, or just words of encouragement when it comes to it with some of these everyday topics that I want to share hopefully closer on soon. So as we know, social anxiety disorder, or SAD for short, sometimes is known as a social phobia. When it comes down to it, many people, this is very common. Many people basically may tend to face it day to day, or whatever it may be in their life, or they may experience it sometime in their life regardless of what it may be. But then it can also basically be very, very hard to detect or identify. Usually it can be often confused with other mental health problems, because as I said before, many mental health problems do coexist with each other with similar signs and symptoms, however. But then again, it's best to rule out what it is before we actually do come to that point. As we know though, however, with a person who is suffering with SAD, I'm going to call it for short for now, they will often feel extremely nervous or fearful when put on the spot or in their own social surroundings or settings while they're socializing with others around them, regardless if something is unfamiliar to them maybe. But then again, you got to bear in mind though, regardless of all that too, many, like I said so many times before, many people may think, just because, they've got this disorder, it's still in their head basically, or whatever else. But that's the wrong way of thinking. That's why I'm here today, as always, to remove this stigma and stereotyping as much as possible based on these mental health disorders. Okay, as you're aware though, however, they might even have some of the physical symptoms of nervousness, such as, maybe shaking, sweating, and blushing. If you're concerned that you or a particular someone that you love basically may have social anxiety, there are some common signs to watch out for, which basically I've expressed so many times before in my videos. So therefore I recommend you guys to basically watch the social anxiety disorder series that I've actually created up, but there will be more on the piece for that as well. So this one's going to be method 1, part 1, obviously understanding SAD. So number 1 is learning the symptoms of SAD. As a well-known fact that in anything in our everyday life, we need to know the most common signs and symptoms of SAD or any other mental health disorder for that help factor, so that we can help each other to recognize the disorder better. People who suffer from SAD may have an excessive fear of situations which may have to face strangers to be observed and examined by others. These situations, however, may include public speaking, presentations, meeting new people, or having to social engage or interact with people that's out of the ordinary. Someone who has SAD, however, might respond to such a situation by maybe, number one, experiencing intense anxiety, number two, avoiding the situation altogether, and number three, exhibiting physical symptoms of anxiety such as blushing, shaking, or vomiting, and the like. Number two, differentiate between normal anxiety and social anxiety. It's a well-known given fact that, as I said before in the beginning, everyone may experience anxiety one way or another sometime in their life, regardless what it may be and how it happens and why it happens. But it is a known fact that no matter what the situation, be it being new or just involving public speaking, basically, or interacting or engaging with others or just being observed by others, might involve a little anxiety and fear for that particular someone, which is apparently normal. But then again, many people might question how normal is normal. But as we know, basically, it's just a matter of just give and take. However, these types of anxiety, however, may help you prepare for the upcoming situations that you may face, be it socializing with people, be it, as I said before, being in a meeting and doing public speaking a lot, whatever it may be. The problem may arise when this fear and anxiety is so overwhelming for that person, which will make them unable to perform a task that will then make them feel irrational and or force them to avoid or escape the situation. Normal anxiety, however, will include the following: apprehensiveness before a public appearance, speaking or performance, shyness or awkwardness when meeting new people or strangers, as we call them, or unease when beginning a new conversation or social interaction and engagement. Social anxiety includes some of the following: extreme high anxiety and fear of failure. Number two is your physical symptoms such as your sweating, trembling, vomiting, and shortness of breath. Negative thoughts regarding the performance that they have done or the task that they have done. Excessive and exaggerated feelings of fright and terror while facing new people. Extreme anxiousness and a need to avoid them at any cost, and refusing a social gathering invitation because you are afraid you will be embarrassed or even rejected by that particular people around you, regardless who and what they are. Number three, consider your risk factors for SAD. Some people are at a higher risk for developing SAD due to the experiences, genetics, and personality. However, if you have any of these kind of risk factors, it doesn't mean that you will get SAD. Far from it. But you have a high risk for developing SAD. If you already have SAD, being aware of your risk factors may help you to understand what might have caused it in the first place. Bullying, humiliation, or childhood trauma such as being bullied can create social phobias and fears. Also, feeling the feel of not fitting into your peer groups may lead to that social anxiety. Hereditary factors, however, may be as growing up with a parent who showed signs of social phobia as well. Often when a caregiver struggles in social situation and creates an environment that avoids social events, leading to limited development of social skills and avoidant behaviours of their children. Shyness is related to one's personality and isn't a disorder, however. But many people who have social anxiety are shy as well, however. But keep in mind that social anxiety is much more severe than the normal shyness that people portray. People who are just shy do not suffer the way that people with social anxiety do. Number four, learn the relationship between SAD and other mental health problems. Okay, it's a given that some mental health problems are associated with SAD and many other mental health conditions that I've shared before in the past, and others may even be caused or intensified by SAD. It is important to be aware of the other mental health issues that can be confused with SAD or related to SAD. SAD and panic disorders. Panic disorders refers to a person that has a physical reaction to anxiety, that it can often feel like they're having a heart attack when they're not. SAD is different from panic disorder, but both disorders can coexist with one another. One of the reasons the two disorders get confused is because people with panic disorders often avoid social situations to prevent having a panic attack around people who might see and judge them. People, on the other hand, with SAD avoid social situations due to fear. SAD and depression. Depression is a common coexisting diagnosis with SAD because people with SAD tend to limit their contact with other people. This does create a feeling of being alone and can cause or intensify the depression. SAD and substance abuse. Last but not least, there are higher rates of alcoholism and other substance abuse among young people or just people in general with SAD. Around 20% of people with SAD suffer from this alcohol abuse. This could be due to the anxiety reducing effects of alcohol and drugs in social situations. Well, this basically finishes up the first part of the 6-part series of how to recognize social anxiety. Give me the like for thumbs up for support, comment below if I've missed out anything, or feel free to open the conversation board by how you cope with this social anxiety disorder. Just share it along, obviously, if you feel that it will be of value and help for others, because as I said, I'm hoping for this to be as user friendly as possible for my channel. Feel free to follow me on my social media sites that's listed below in the description. Feel free to, share these videos around to family and friends. Feel free to also basically, just do what you must, obviously, to, private message me if need be, if the need arises. So without further ado, guys, thanks for the support, thanks for watching, do what you love what you do. Until next time, Aspie signing out.